Good day, everyone, and thanks for joining me for my latest post. Today, I will talk about my creative routine and how I find inspiration daily. You know that feeling when a new idea pops into your head and it feels like an open door you just have to walk through? You need to know where it leads. Our minds are drawn to incomplete stories, to open loops, and we feel a deep internal push to close them. My entire creative routine is built around chasing that feeling and creating those open loops for myself. People often ask me how I find inspiration daily, especially for a story set 200 years in the future. The simplest answer: I read a lot and I research a lot. I've always been curious, reading across a huge range of subjects. But the real joy, the spark that started in my school days, is using my imagination. My favorite assignments was when a teacher would just give us a title and say, go. The freedom to let your mind run wild is something I still cherish. That's why I don't really believe in writer's block. When I'm stuck, it's not from a lack of ideas, it's from having too many. The real challenge is deciding which of the dozen pathways in my mind to follow. Which one leads in the direction I'm aiming for? This is where my discipline comes in. My routine isn't just about adding words to my manuscript. In fact, I might go a week or two without writing a single sentence of the actual story. Instead, I'll have created 20 or 30 pages of notes, deep research into a concept, and detailed idea development. This is a practical tip for any creator. The work doesn't just start on a blank page, it starts with curiosity. Well, at least it does for me. Here's a strategy I use to maintain motivation. I take all that messy research and I challenge myself to summarize its flow. I find a core narrative within my notes. Once I have that summary, that's when I go back to the manuscript and begin to expand on it, weaving in the details I need to engage the reader. And then comes the most important part of my routine. I take a complete mental step back. I try my best to forget I'm the author and read what I've written as if I'm a reader discovering it for the first time. This is a tip that anyone can adopt. I ask myself three simple questions. Is it interesting? Would it inspire somebody to think about possibilities? Does it excite me? If the answer isn't a passionate yes to all three, I know the work isn't done. My debut novel, the first in a trilogy, was built this way. It's the result of countless open doors I walked through, endless pages of research, and a disciplined process of asking the right questions. It's a story born from a routine designed to capture imagination and tether it to reality. I invite you to step into this world that my process has built and maybe to use some of these tips to chase down your own incomplete stories. That's it for today, and thank you for joining me. See you on my next post.